What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. The book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thanks everybody for supporting. This video is entitled, Does Black America Adapt Too Much? Either you evolve or die, right? You learn to adapt or die. If you stay stagnant, you will die. But the downside of adapting, of constant adaptation, is in some ways you won't grow anything because you didn't draw a line in the sand and build upon a certain foundation. You're just adapting to the environment. So the environment is changing the way you operate in it. So you adapt to the environment, but you can't never build your own environment within the environment because you're being reactionary instead of proactive. And I think our experiences in America is very much so reactionary. And when we're trying to be proactive, what winds up happening is as a group of people, it's like the country's against us being proactive, right? So when I think about, other groups are doing this, that, and the third, and they're all the way here, and why are you people like this and like that? Well, that's because they can build on their successes. The country's not against them is not against their successes. The country isn't waging war on them having a solid foundation. But that's not the same case with us. Now that's, the country's fault. Yes, we have a part to play in this also. I'm not gonna. That's not a 50-50 thing, but I will say because we're so reactionary to America and how America treats us as a people, a lot of the things that make America America is things that we created. So it's Memorial Day. Barbecue, that's us. Y'all here, we're gonna call it grilling now. It's barbecuing. Shut up. From the food, a lot of American culture is a lot of our food, or food that they designated for us or made a stereotype for us. Like I said before, y'all sure do talk about us and fried chicken, but seems to be chicken and chicken wings are like the biggest selling food item in America. That's very interesting to me. Rick Ross, the only brother that owns Wingstop. How many brothers own Chick-fil-A? Popeyes was stolen, actually. It was like a stolen recipe from a black lady who actually worked for the family who owned Popeyes. Same thing with Kentucky Fried Chicken, stolen recipe, right? People know this about, in certain places in Chicago, stolen recipes or family recipes. So the reason I say that is because these conglomerate food chains and stuff that comes from stealing things from our foundation. And this is where I say we have an issue. Because we're not united, and one of the reasons we're not united is because people that look like us are paid to get in the midst of us and break up our progress. So there's a lot of provocateurs among us who were paid handsomely to make sure that we don't come together and be successful or build on our successes. So then, we keep feeling like since we are so accustomed to adapting and we adjusting and we can move on and move to something else and move to a different neighborhood, we let all of our culture be gentrified in various ways. You know, we let cities that were founded by us be gentrified. We let uh, uh, towns that we started be gentrified, or set up. People talk about the Black Wall Streets that were set ablaze. That was multiple towns. That wasn't just Tulsa, Oklahoma. That was wherever we was at, basically in America. Um, so more and more, first kidney transplant, us. Y'all know about the heart transplant, blood donors, blood banks and stuff like that. Food preservation, like I said a long time ago, potato chips. But see, because we got brothers that are so innovative and having so much ingenious and their ingenuity, we keep thinking as a people, oh man, we just make something else. We just make something else. That's old. That's old. That's old. That's old. But everything that we say is old is turning into billion-dollar corporations and trillion-dollar corporations, because we're not drawing a line in the sand and saying, no, that's our stuff. We don't want to hear this. We sick of y'all stealing everything. Because the American dream to can be cultural appropriation. Because the American dream is not built on the backs of manifest destinies, hard labor. It's built on everybody else who's not in that group's hard labor, especially my group. But I'm not just talking about slavery. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about business, global business, economic power, economic infrastructure, global economic markets. The things that we started have gone global and have been producing things for this country for so long. Partially, this is what, to a degree, our adapting too much is a positive. Because we don't have a stronghold on anything, this country's got so accustomed to pushing us out and starting and taking what we created and making it look like it started anew. Just like I talked about the rapper who did the country song. Now country people talking about it's cultural appropriation, when country is just an appropriation of the blues. That's just because y'all wearing cowboys were not white, okay? Cowboys were boy is a derogatory term for black men in particular in America. So cowboys. Then these black cowboys made it cool to be cowboys, and then white boys wanted to be cowboys. So the whole culture that is considered Western, and then you steal the blues music and you put it on top of that, and it's country now. Sorry. But what I'm saying is, the positive of that is this country is going downhill because the country was so used to us always adapting that it never adapted. You plant, steal what the niggers do, make money off of it, try to take credit for it. We're gonna, not manifest destiny. We're gonna put eminent domain on everything that they create. But what did that also create? Easy come, easy go. If you steal something, you don't take care of it. So a lot of our financial issues in this country are tied to the fact that people in high positions that were raised in families that was accustomed to stealing and accustomed to manipulating and accustomed to taking credit and gentrifying our ingenuity, they were accustomed to taking shortcuts. So they can't adapt to the world around them because the world that they built was always was paved in shortcuts. So they can't actually handle reality from the ground up. So they can't adapt. And this is why you see these depressions and breakdowns, because it's too hard to do things the hard way, right? But that's, that's a positive for us, because we know how to do is things the hard way. But have we adapted to the point where we don't have a stronghold on anything because we don't know how to stop adapting and drawing a line in the sand first, then building a foundation and growing on that? Because even the work that past generations have done, we leave that in the past and don't build on it. You can't have a Wakanda forever if you keep moving Wakanda and you don't bring any of the knowledge from the old Wakanda with you. You get what I'm saying? So be done on this. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.